Hi, everyone. Welcome to Our Disabled Future, a series where disabled voices lead the way. I'm your host, Nico. It is a good day for disability inclusion. Each day, during Disability Pride Month and beyond, I'm amplifying real disabled stories, where we are, where we want to go, and how the heck we're going to get there. Together, I hope. Today, I'm thrilled to be joined by Jacob. Let's dive in. Hi, Jacob. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Nico.
Of course. Tell us about yourself and about your disabled life.
Absolutely. So where do I begin? So I am a special education teacher by trade, um, neurodivergent career coach, as well as a person with a disability. Um, I acquired a learning disability shortly after birth due to hydrocephalus. For any non-medical people, hydrocephalus simply means water on the brain. So essentially a brain hemorrhage. Struggled a lot with my memory retrieval, both short term and long term. Um, Ironically, ever since I can remember. Um, Still do, but I've found like creative ways to compensate. Um, and I won't go too far into that, but yeah, that's me.
Fantastic. Thank you for the work that you do in the special education space. It sounds like you come at disability from a few interesting angles, which makes my next question so important. What does a disability-friendly future look like for you?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, well, I think first and foremost, education. I think a lot of people are, well, I would say the people of typical development, a lot of people are like timid because they don't want to offend, especially with in 2025, we have so much language that's been altered, between like pronouns and disability awareness and what do I label this as? But I think the easiest thing you could do is just ask. Be like, if somebody says, "Oh, I have X disability," oh, can you give me some insight or how can I accommodate you or what do you prefer, right? Just ask questions. um Knowledge is power, things like that.
In your response, I hear a call for greater inclusion and a greater call for compassionate curiosity. I feel like we can all get behind those things generally. Here's the tougher question, though. How do we get to that future? What strategies do we use? What do you think?
That's a great question. So I know that they're ramping up efforts in the corporate world. I think lately it's with like DEI and things like that, but I think it gets a little rocky just in terms of like funding. They cut back, they want to fund, it like goes back and forth. Um, I think just having conversations like this online can be incredibly powerful because the word spreads much quicker. And it's kind of the same thing that I tell job seekers. You want to have a resume and things like that, but like I would document your subject matter expertise online in bits and pieces of content that will, first of all, it stays there forever, unless you physically delete it. So somebody could find it from a year ago. Employers can find it, things like that. But if we document, disability, amplification, things like that, it will stay on these platforms and it will reach a much wider audience than just like printing a sign, for example.
This is a good point. I appreciate that. Jacob, thank you for your time. As we close our time together, I want to give you a chance that you and I, as disabled people, rarely get. That's a chance to brag about yourself. Maybe promote something you've got going on or something you recently completed. This is your chance to be your own cheerleader. Let's hear it.
Okay, my own cheerleader. Wow. Um, so yeah, I mean, as a neurodivergent career coach, I definitely am helping a lot of job seekers, whether it's with resumes or LinkedIn profiles, content creation. Another thing that I'm ramping up my efforts among, there's a lot of negative things about AI, and I can understand that. However, it's not like we're talking about some concept. AI is already here. So I don't think it's going away. In fact, I think it's just going to refine itself and hone in. I mean, it's already been used in many different fields. So I decided to ramp up my efforts with AI, but specifically for job search burnout, because I know a lot of people simply get burned out from their job search. They just stop. But I think this old adage of, work smarter, not harder. If you're doing the same thing over and over, and you might be getting some results, you can also utilize AI, or even what are called AI agents to kind of do that repetitive work for you. You actually don't even need to use AI. You could start much easier. Google Suites has a lot of things that are built in that can do repetitive tasks for you, which is pretty amazing. I actually just built out a classroom management system with Google Forms, like a repetitive task, because my students with various accommodations, we have to create separate classrooms for them for testing purposes. And instead of doing it over and over and over again, I just created a system. So that's one effort that I'm trying to ramp up, is showing job seekers how you can create your own mini system, to not overcomplicate things, but to, again, work smarter, not harder.
That sounds so valuable. Thanks for sharing about that.
No problem.
All right, folks, tune in next time. Remember, this is our disabled future. We're building it one day at a time together. Wherever you go and whatever you do, I'm rooting for you, and I can't wait to see what you do next. Bye.